If you're a beginner in makeup and you have a deep skin tone, you know how difficult it can be to find the perfect products that work for you. Today, I'm going to show you various makeup products that I think everyone with dark skin should own. Hello my loves, my name is Jasmine and welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to show you a bunch of my current makeup favorites and honestly my holy grail makeup favorites that don't switch up. These are all going to be products that I think that everyone with dark skin should have. If you're a beginner in makeup and you don't know what's flattering, what's not, what you should have as staple items in your makeup collection, this video is for you. Now let's get into it. The first thing everyone with dark skin should own is a holy grail foundation. This foundation should be your perfect shade match. It should serve all of your skin concerns. It should be bulletproof. It should be everything proof. I picked out just two for you guys today, even though I have quite a few. Maybe I can make a video all about my favorite foundations. My current favorite has been the Maybelline Superstay Lumi-Matte foundation. This is an absolutely beautiful foundation. It really performs like a high-end foundation in my opinion. My perfect shade is 370. I'm wearing this one today. It matches me absolutely perfectly and I love how it wears over time and I love that Lumi-Matte look. I've been super into a skin-like finish that is not too matte but is also not too dewy, and this foundation definitely does that for me. Another holy grail of mine is the ARMANI Beauty Luminous Silk Foundation. I feel like these are dupes. I really strongly feel that this foundation is a dupe of this one. This one is $70. I know that sounds crazy, but trust me, it is worth every single penny. But honestly, if you're a baddie on a budget, get the Maybelline. The Armani Beauty one also has a beautiful skin-like finish. It truly feels like skincare when I put it on. I have been using this foundation for quite a while now, and again, I really feel that it's worth every single penny, but I do understand that it's quite a steep price, but like I keep saying, it is worth it. And my perfect shade match is the shade 14. Like I said, I have other foundations that I really love, but these are some of the ones that I've been reaching for lately and I've been loving. And I really think that it's important to have a foundation that you trust with your life, whether you're going to be out for 12 hours, whether it's hot, whether it's cold, whether you're being photographed, it should be everything proof. If you guys would like to see my favorite foundations for deep skin tones, please let me know. I can definitely make a video or a short on this. Just let me know what you want. Next, I think you should have two shades of pressed powder, one that is the same shade as your skin tone and one that is a highlighting shade. I like using my highlighting shade to highlight my face, so this would be under my eyes, in the center of my forehead, and all of the areas that I basically add my concealer. And then the skin tone shade is for obviously the rest of your face so that your face matches your body. This is also a good powder to have on hand, kind of as a blotting powder so that you can touch up throughout the day. I have 3 different powders to recommend, and in each of these I have a skin tone shade and a highlighting shade. First is the One Size Turn Up the Base powder foundation. My skin tone shade is Deep 2G. As you can see, I've hit pan on this. This is the second time I've hit pan on this. I actually just got a highlighting shade that I haven't tried yet for this one. I typically use the one that is my skin tone shade and it's beautiful. Next is the MAC Studio Fix powder. This is an OG powder. This was my first powder foundation ever. I think it was my first foundation before I even got into liquids. This is the old formula and my shade was NW46. I know they changed the formula and therefore they've also changed the shades. I'll keep you updated on my new shade if I do get one. I have tried it out and I don't know if the one that I have is my perfect shade yet. I'm still testing it out. And then of course the Maybelline Fit Me powder. This is one of my highlighting shades. This is the shade 310. I use this one under my eyes today. Having a highlighting shade is going to make sure the bright areas of your face stay bright, which is ultimately what we want. We don't want a flat and dimensionless face. We want the highlighted areas to be highlighted, the contoured areas to be contoured, and the shades that are our skin tone to remain that way. And it's really important that even if you have a deep skin tone, your skin still has dimension when you're wearing makeup. As you can see, I prefer quite a dramatic look. It's just what I like. Sometimes I go for more of a subdued look, but as you can see, my face is very highlighted, contoured, shadow. It has lots of dimension, and I really think having 2 shades of your pressed powder will help with that. I think every single person with a deep skin tone should own a red blush. Red is a universally flattering color. No matter what skin tone you have, red will look good on you. It is the color of our blood. It's universally flattering. I have so many red blushes that I could recommend to you, but I did not want to overwhelm you, so I picked 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. That is a lot, but I'm gonna show you 7 of my favorites. Yes, I have more. First is an OG favorite. I don't know about OG because obviously Rare Beauty is not necessarily an OG brand, but I've been using the Rare Beauty liquid blush in the shade Grateful for years. This is such a beautiful red blush. This has a dewy formula, so if you like that juicy red glowy cheek, you'll really enjoy this blush. It's very pigmented as well, so a little goes a long way. As you can see, I'm not out of this quite yet. This is a really good one and a classic. Next is a newer blush. This is the DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty Yummy Skin Blurring Balm Powder Flushed in the shade Red Velvet. This was originally in a holiday set and she decided to come out with a full size, which I'm so grateful for, because I love the DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty formula, and this blush is such a beautiful true red shade. I adore it. I wear it all the time and it looks beautiful on deep skin. This blush can also be used over and under powder as it has a balm to powder formula. It works so well with my other creams and liquids, but like I said, it works so well over powders as well. You'll love this one. I also want to suggest the new Rare Beauty Matte Bouncy blush in the shade Grateful. This one goes so well with the liquid blush. This definitely has a very blurring kind of formula, and this I feel like works pretty much like a powder. It has a putty formula, and then once you apply it to the skin, it kind of goes into that powder formula. It's a little similar to the DANESSA MYRICKS, but I feel like this one has more of a balm, where this one has more of a putty texture, and this one is completely matte. So if you like that matte blurred look, definitely check this one out. It is absolutely stunning, and I feel like people are really sleeping on this one from Rare Beauty, which is a shame because I know people really love the liquid one. Check out her powder sister. For my baddies on a budget, definitely check out the Covergirl Trueblend blush in the shade Hot Frenzy. This is a beautiful corally red shade. This one is very highly pigmented as well. I was so excited when I found out that Covergirl had a red blush for us deep skinned girlies. It is so flattering on our skin tone and I just love it. I highly recommend it to anyone, whether you're on a budget or not. This is a good blush. And last but not least is a longtime favorite of mine, and that is the NARS blush in the shade Exhibit A. This is literally the old packaging because I've had it for years and I still haven't run out. I absolutely love and adore this blush. I think it is absolutely stunning on the skin. It's very similar to the Covergirl blush, but I think the Covergirl one leans a little bit more coral, where this one is a little bit more red. This one also doesn't have an ultra pigmented formula. It is definitely very buildable, so if you like a more subtle look, you can still feel comfortable to use this without feeling like it's gonna leave just a streak of pigment. You can definitely build this one up to have higher pigment if you like as well. Next is an orange color corrector. If you have a deep skin tone, it is likely that you might have some hyperpigmentation, whether that be underneath the eyes, around the mouth, you have dark spots on your face. An orange color corrector will really help with that. My current favorite is the MORPHE Wakeup Artist. This one is in the shade Cinnamon. It is so good. A little bit goes a long way with each of these, honestly, but with this one you literally need the tiniest dot and it completely cancels out any hyperpigmentation on the skin. This one is also so creamy and lightweight. It doesn't build up too much so that when you put your makeup on top of it, it cakes up. This one is just so good. It's so good. I've been reaching for it a lot since it came out. Next is the Huda Beauty Faux Filter color corrector. Mine is in the shade Papaya. This is a longtime favorite of mine as well. The only reason I've kind of stepped away from this one is because it leaks. As you can kind of see from the packaging, I really hope Huda fixes this packaging, this one and for her concealers, because it leaks so bad, but the product is so good. This is just the perfect shade for canceling out hyperpigmentation, and again, a little bit goes a long way. It's fire. It's fire. I've gone through like 3 of these. The only reason I put that one down is because the MORPHE one came out. Another fave of mine is the e.l.f. Camo color corrector. This is the orange one, obviously. For my baddies on a budget, you will really love this one. I think it's less than $10 at the drugstore. It is so good. Again, it's going to cancel out any hyperpigmentation, and this one also has a smaller applicator than the other ones. So if you're a girl that has dark spots, I feel like you'll like this one because it has more of a precise applicator. Next is a good neutral eyeshadow palette with shades you can actually use. I'm so sick and tired of neutral eyeshadow palettes that only have 3 shades in the entire palette that actually work on deep skin tones. I feel like this is something that people really overlook. I picked out a bunch of my favorites. Not a bunch, I have 4 favorites. 2 are actually from the same brand. Let me show you. This is a new palette from MORPHE. They released a whole line of eyeshadow palettes. MORPHE is in their comeback era and I'm loving it. This is the Flickering Setting Sands palette. Y'all get into this. Isn't that beautiful? Isn't that so stunning? I really feel like all of these shades could work on my skin tone, which I really love. I'm so sick and tired of having one deep brown shade, one to kind of blend out the crease, and one black shade. No, I really feel like you can get use out of every single color in this palette. I love how there's also some shimmers in here too. I love a good shimmer on the lid, and I love a good kind of creamy bone shade that I can put in my inner corner, which I always do when I'm wearing eyeshadow. And then if you want kind of like a black waterline, if you want a smoky liner, you have your black shade. And then you have plenty of options of shades that you can use in the crease or to blend out the crease. It's perfect. It's perfect. It's not an overwhelming amount of shades. There's a mirror, like you could use this to travel. Morphe did their thing with this neutral palette. The Darks and Girlies won. Next is the DANESSA MYRICKS Beauty Groundwork Defining Neutrals palette. This is such a unique palette to me because it has both creams and powders in it. And as you can see, again, the shade range is really nice. It has warm and cool shades in it as well, which I really like. And with this one, I like that I don't have to use an eyeshadow primer when I use it. I just put the cream down and I put the powder on top, and it works perfectly. There's no creasing or anything. These formulas are so unique as well. I love the black shade, especially when I want a precise liner or a smoky liner. I love that I can use it for both since I have the cream, or I don't know if it's like a gel. I think it's a cream. I would consider it a cream and a powder. I don't know why the cream is much larger than the powder, but honestly with the powders a little bit really does go a long way. You'll love this one. Next is the ColourPop Gone Matte palette. Mine looks a little bit newer, even though I've been using this palette for years, because I literally lost the one that I had for years and I had to buy a new one because, again, I love how this has an equal balance of warm. I wouldn't say it's super equal. I would say there's definitely more warm shades, but we do have some warm and some cool shades in this palette, which I really like. I typically love more of a warm toned eye. I don't reach for the cooler shades as often, but when I am in the mood, they're there. This is a really good affordable palette as well. There's a wide range of colors. I really feel like you could get use out of a lot of the colors in this palette. I kind of am in this area of the palette a lot of the time. I reach up here for my inner corner shade. When I'm in the mood for a cooler tone look, I can come to this side. I love how there's kind of this like pink shade if I want a little bit more color. There's so many good colors in this palette that you can use, and I really feel like it's worth it. It's available at Ulta. I think on their website. I don't know if they have it in store, but I know it's on their site, and of course at ColourPop. So good. And last but not least, I have another Morphe palette. This is the Morphe 18WT Matte Essentials palette. They have a warm tone version and a cool tone version. I have the warm one because, like I said, I love warm shades. This is a fully matte palette, so if you don't feel like you need the glitters in the other one, you can definitely check out this one. Again, I kind of stay in this range, and then I kind of reach up here for my inner corner shades, and then I love these lighter browns for blending out my crease shades. Morphe just gets it right. Morphe knows how to make a neutral palette that everyone of all skin tones can use. They just know. I feel like it's not something that a lot of people think of when they buy an eyeshadow palette, but you're not getting your money's worth if you can only use 3 shades in the entire palette. Next, I think everyone with dark skin should own a pink gloss. I think pink lip gloss is just so cutesy, and don't listen to the propaganda that pink doesn't look good on dark skin. I'm wearing a pink gloss today and I just love how it looks, especially for my spring and summer looks. I love a pinky nude lip, and I have a bunch of glosses. I have so many more than what's in my hands, but again, I didn't want to overwhelm you. I could make a whole separate video on pink lip glosses in general, because I'm a fiend for gloss. But I picked out my recent favorites, the ones I've been reaching for the most. Let me show you them. I have been loving Lawless lip glosses. They have so many beautiful pink shades. They have the perfect amount of shine and pigment in them. This one is in the shade Strawberry Popsicle, and it is absolutely stunning, as you can see in the packaging. It's just such a cutesy bubblegum pink. I love it. Next is the Maybelline Lifter Gloss in the shade Bubblegum. This looks like a super hot pink, but please don't be scared of it. It has the perfect pink tint to it. I did apply it on my lip combo today. As you can see, it doesn't give me this like super hot pink unless I build it up to do so. But if you just want that slight pink tint to your lips, this will definitely give you that. It's such a beautiful formula. Again, it has so much shine. It literally makes your lips look like glass. I love that it's affordable as well for my baddies on a budget. Maybelline has so many good pink glosses in their Lifter Gloss line. You'll love them. Definitely check this one out. I had more, but I just picked one to show you today. Shade Bubblegum is so cutesy. I also have the Huda Beauty Faux Filler Lip Gloss in the shade Ooh Baby. This is such a cute pink milky gloss. I love a milky pink lip. It just does something to me. Like, it looks so beautiful on deep skin tones, and if you're into that look, I think you'll really like this gloss. I love the formula as well. It's very thick without being sticky, and I really like that. Next is a classic. I think this is the last, yes, this is the last one I have to show you. NARS Turkish Delight. If you don't have NARS Turkish Delight, what are you doing, friend? This is a classic pink lip gloss that looks so good on all skin tones. It is that classic milky pink shade. I love that this formula is also not too pigmented, so it gives your lips a slight tint, but if you want to build it up, you definitely can. Staying on the topic of lips, I think you should definitely have the perfect brown lip liner. Whether you want a warm or a neutral shade, I think everyone should kind of have that neutral true brown. A lot of brown lip liners come off looking kind of reddish, kind of purplish, and a true brown is needed in every dark skinned girl's makeup collection. I have a drawer full of brown lip liners, y'all. I have so much makeup, but again, I'm just going to show you a few today. If you would like to see more, let me know. I'll give you more. I'm here for you. My favorite, honestly, is One Size Coin Collector. You see how tiny this is? I have been using this for such a long time. I've gotten like 3 or 4 of them. This is such a beautiful, true brown lip liner. It's so good. So good. There's nothing else to say. Next are the Fenty Beauty lip liners. I have them in 2 shades here. The first is Browned Out. I really liked the shade when it first came out. I also have the shade Whiskey. I'm sorry I'm not swatching them for you guys. I have makeup all over my hands. But I also have the shade Whiskey, which is a new brown shade that is kind of between the 2 deepest shades, which I really like. Fenty Beauty's lip liners are also really nice because they last such a long time. They kind of dry down into place once you apply them, which I really like. For my baddies on a budget, you have to try the Maybelline Lifter liner. This goes so well with the lifter glosses. This one is in the shade Cross the Line, and I was honestly so impressed when Maybelline came out with this. I was like, ooh, not Maybelline with a deep brown lip liner. I love this liner and use it all the time. It kind of has a gel formula similar to Fenty Beauty's, but at a lower price point. Again, this one dries down into place without being too drying, and it lasts a long time. Next are the Juvia's Place lip liners. I have them in 2 shades, Cola and Coffee Bean. I honestly have more, God knows where they are, in my purses or something. Juvia's Place has such a variety of brown lip liners that are warm, that are neutral, that are cool. Definitely check out Juvia's Place. They're always looking out for us dark-skinned girls. I also love that the packaging is retractable, although unfortunately the tip does become rounded and you can't really sharpen it. That's also kind of a plus, that you don't have to sharpen it, so that you can just twist it whenever you're out and you don't have to worry about having a sharpener on you. But these are very nice and creamy as well. They don't snag on the lip. They just apply so nicely and so creamy. Next is another retractable one. I actually just recently discovered this. This is the Milani Understatement lip liner in the shade Rich Cocoa. I would compare this to MAC Chestnut. I know that one is a little bit warmer and not super deep. So if you like MAC Chestnut and you want something that's a little bit more affordable, definitely check out this Milani one. I love how tiny it is as well, so you get a really nice precise application. And again, this one is super creamy as well. And last but not least, we have the Makeup by Mario lip liner. I love the shades Dark Chocolate and Jeff. This one is in the shade Dark Chocolate. This has such an amazing formula. I feel like this one is pretty slept on as well, but it is very long lasting. I love that it has a little brush on the end so that you can blend it out as well. And I've bought this one a number of times as well. Makeup by Mario just knows. I love pairing this one with the One Size and Coin Collector as well. So good. And those are some of the makeup products that I think everyone should own if you have a deep skin tone. I really hope this was helpful and that you found some new products to add to your makeup collection. All of these, in my opinion, are staples and everyone should have, so that you can reach for them at any point in time. And with practice, they are definitely going to give you a flawless and beautiful makeup look. If you have any essentials in your makeup routine, if you have a deep skin tone, please leave them down in the comments. I love when we all help each other and give each other suggestions. Thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please make sure to give it a like and also leave a comment down below. Make sure you also subscribe to my channel and turn on the post notification bell so you don't miss another video from me. And I'll see you in the next one. Bye!